Hi friends, my name is Chaitanya Patke and welcome back to my YouTube channel. In this video, we are going to take a look at the 6th T20 International which took place at the Gaddafi Stadium in Lahore between Pakistan and England. A comprehensive victory. I wouldn't use the word victory with all due respect to the Pakistani bowling. It is a literal thrashing by the English team. They have won by 8 wickets and chased down 170, not an easy score at all. In 14.3 overs. Now, can you imagine the margin of victory? 8 wickets and 33 balls left. And this was, we have to remember, this is the second string English team. Although Pakistan were resting their premier fast bowler Haris Rauf as well as batsman Mohammad Rizwan due to workload management. This performance will not inspire confidence in the Pakistani lineup, and very shocking, very shocking. And such sort of bowling will not do the confidence of the Pakistani bowlers any good. It will have a reverse effect, and their confidence will be eroded. Hopefully, that doesn't happen from the perspective of Pakistan. But when you get such a beating, actually, we have to go back to the drawing board and learn, which I'm sure they have to do before the 70-20, because now the 6 match T20 series is tied at 3 all. Pakistan managed a respectable 169 for 6 in their allotted 20 overs, though they were 10 to 15 runs short. Babar Azam playing captain's innings once again, and it is heartening for the Pakistani supporters as well as the selectors and team management that Babar is finally finding his groove. As we know that he hit a magnificent 100 at the start of the series, but after that his form had tailed off in the last 3 innings. But boy, did he play according to his potential in this game. 87 of 59, which includes 7 boundaries and 3 massive sixes, controlled the innings very well. It was quite evident that he is going to play the anchor role, because he didn't take much in. I wouldn't use the wouldn't say that he didn't take much initiative in the power play, but I think he was cautious. He could have opened his hands more freely. He could have got 100 as well, but we have to respect the approach. Players down the middle know what is better than us, so no need to judge him by any point. And he capitalized excellently well towards the latter stage of the innings. Particularly, he was severe on Reece Topley and through the middle overs as well. If he was not finding the big shots, at least he was converting ones into twos and keep the scoreboard moving, which actually lessened the pressure on the middle order. But unfortunately, once again, the same old story with Pakistan. Their middle order doesn't turn up at all. Mohammad Haris, who came in place of Mohammad Rizwan, unfortunately disappointed in this game. 7 of 8 deliveries, just a single boundary. He was undone by Richard Gleeson, and Adil Rashid took a simple catch. Shan Masood not doing his case any good. A duck of 2 deliveries. He was caught plumb in front of David Willey, and it will raise a lot of questions. Although he has 150 in this series, but his strike rate hasn't been able. His strike rate doesn't inspire confidence, and although he has the potential to hit the big shots in T20, that's why I'm emphasizing on these points and coming to it again and again, that the strike rate. If you score 56 of 40 deliveries, that is a good innings, but not a great innings. But if you score just 40 of 17 on 18 deliveries, that is a game-changing innings. So, with all due respect to Shan Masood, he has to work on his power hitting. We know that he has the natural abilities to clear the boundaries with ease, but why it is not happening, it's beyond me. So, he needs to pull his socks up for himself as well as the Pakistani middle order. Haider Ali actually is a tragedy in this game. He looked very good until he was at the crease. 18 of 14 deliveries, a solitary 6 as well as a solitary boundary, but he was undone by a beauty of Sam Curran. Iftikhar Ahmed, I would say. Now, many people will say that he didn't convert his starts into the big ones, but my perspective is a bit different. He scored 31 of 21 deliveries, which includes 2 boundaries and 2 sixes. He was the one who took the initiative in the middle overs. As I had mentioned at the start of the video, that Babar Azam decided to play anchor, so there had to be someone who has to take the responsibility of scoring bulk of the runs in the middle overs. So that's what exactly Iftikhar Ahmed did, and he perished trying to hit a 6 towards long on. So all that matters sometimes is the intent, and his intent was very good. So 10 on 10 for intent, although execution of that shot could have been much better, but very inspiring innings from Iftikhar, I must say. Asif Ali scored 9 of 9 deliveries Not good enough once again, just a single boundaries. He was undone by David Willey, and a lot of chances have been given to Asif Ali. And bearing in mind the couple of sixes that he hit of Reece Topley in the previous match, he hasn't able to do much. So yes, he also along with Shan Masood need to work really really hard, because the how much can you avoid the white noise which is coming from outside? I don't know. Mohammad Nawaz 12 of 7, once again a fantastic cameo, a 6 which propelled Pakistan to above 160, and Reece Topley eventually got the better of him, but Pakistan managed 169. They could have actually scored up to 185 to 190, but as England proceeded in the second innings, that also wouldn't have been enough. Reece Topley in 4 overs gave away 31 runs, took a single wicket, bowled well. Although his figure was spoiled by Babar Azam towards the latter part of the innings, David Willey 4 overs, 32 runs, 2 wickets, 8 per over. Very, very fine effort by him as well. Richard Gleeson was expensive at almost 10 runs per over, 4 overs, 39 runs, 1 wicket. He took the wicket of Mohammad Haris, the man who's replaced Mohammad Rizwan. Sam Curran was wonderful in this game as well. Cutters, Yorkers, slower deliveries, he exhibited all his range and kept the Pakistani batsmen in check in the middle overs. 4 overs, 26 runs, 2 wicket. Magnificent bowling by the CSK all-rounder, and Adil Rashid continues his poor form in this series. I don't know what has happened to him. He is England's premier bowler in the white ball format, especially the T20. But yes, I think he is concerned by some shoulder issues. But his match figures and his economy rate also doesn't stand him in good set. It is a big worry for England going forward. England 170 to win. As I said, 14.3 overs. Target was done and dusted. Pakistani bowlers were all over the place. They bowled two leg side-ish or two wide outside the off stump. When they had to bowl length deliveries, they bowled back of length deliveries which set up nicely for the batsman, and Phil Salt took full advantage. We shouldn't take away any credit from Phil Salt. Despite the fact that the Pakistani bowling was very very ordinary, to say the least, Phil Salt career best score. Actually mentioned in my previous video that it is time for England to drop Phil Salt. I publicly apologize to him, because I actually underestimated his talent, and shouldn't have judged him so quickly. But I also thought that after 5 failures, England has quite a few players, so they should try out. But they stuck with him, and he rewarded their faith. So absolutely well done, Phil Salt. 88 of 41 deliveries, 13 boundaries, and 3 sixes. He first cleared his intent for a first boundary of Mohammad Nawaz, which was the very first delivery of the English innings. And I thought, boy, this was a different Phil Salt that we had saw in the previous 5 games. And yes, wonderful innings, scored all throughout the ground. Especially his cover driving was a feature in this game. Played the sweep shot to good effect as well. And when Pakistani bowlers slightly erred in line, he hammered them absolutely towards fine leg and long leg region. And what I have to admire about this innings about Phil Salt is that he didn't try to hit horizontal bat shots or just keep targeting the spinners over mid wicket or cow corner region. He actually put a emphasis on playing straight, which is very essential for success in the subcontinent. And the more straighter you play, the more is the chances that you will succeed, and your strike rate will also be up. And yes, that provides the necessary momentum to your innings as well as English innings as well. So wonderful innings, Phil Salt. Alex Hales also showed brilliant initiative. He just scored 27, but it came in just 12 deliveries, which includes 4 boundaries and a 6. And I have to criticize actually Shahnawaz Dhani. 2 overs, 33 runs. He was all over the place, and didn't actually knew what lengths to bowl. Babar Azam was actually pretty frustrated with him as well as the rest of the bowlers. But it was that sort of a day. Nothing worked for Pakistan. David Malan scored 26 of 18 deliveries, which includes 5 boundaries. He is excellent on the eye as usual. Unfortunately, couldn't kick on for a big score, but by then much of the damage had been done by Phil Salt. And Ben Duckett once again sweeping and reverse sweeping his way. 26 of 16 deliveries, which includes 4 boundaries. Uh, Phil Salt and Ben Duggett were not out towards the end, and Salt was rightfully adjudged the man of the match for his blistering innings of 88 of 41. So it promises to be a crackerjack of a contest, the seventh one, and the series is nicely poised. But I think advantage England going into the 70-20 because yes, they just massacred the Pakistani bowling. Mohammad Nawaz in 4 overs gave away 43 runs. He is usually very economical in the power play, but he was taken to the squad by Philip Salt. Mohammad Wasim, 2.3 overs, 29 runs, not a single wicket. Shadab Khan, their vice captain, was very good and saved Pakistan the blemishes, because this victory could have respectable victory. I think it is not respectable victory, but it could have turned even worse for Pakistan. I beg your pardon. 4 overs gave away 34 runs and took the 2 wickets. Alex Hales trying to force the initiative, top edged that one towards the man at square leg, and second dismissal also. David Malan was caught plumb in front. Amir Jamal into the hero of the last game. He now knows what international cricket is. Hero one game, villain the next. 2 overs, 30 runs, 15 runs per over. He was also all over the place. But the sort of carnage that Phil Salt unleashed, I think no bowlers could have stood any chance. So all to play for in the 70-20, and I hope it is a crackerjack of a contest. As I said, advantage England, but we don't know which Pakistan will turn up in the seventh one. So how did you like my analysis of the sixth T20? Please tell in the comment section below, and don't forget to like, share and subscribe to my YouTube channel. Press the bell icon for further notifications. We'll meet in the next video. Till then everyone, bye.